ചന്ദന വളയിട്ട കൈകൊണ്ടു നീ മണിച്ചെമ്പകപ്പൂക്കളമെഴുതുമ്പോൾ. I think it's an understatement saying my father became a musician. I think he was the one who was kind of born into this, and he started training Carnatic music at the age of 5. He started doing Carnatic, like small kacheris in his hometown in Fort Cochin by the time he was 12. So he's a pure, what we call a prodigy. I just like to really get out and jump into the crowd. So that's how I am, and that's the kind of person I am. So that will always remain the same.
Lovely.
As long as these knees allow. ആരോ കമിഴ്ത്തി വച്ചൊരോട്ടുരുളി പോലെ ആകാശത്താമര തുങ്കൾ.
Happy Onam and welcome to Indulge podcast. And today we have with us Vijay Yesudas. Welcome, sir.
Vanakkam.
So, it's Onam and we wanted to know what are your dear Onam memories. But before that, we want to know what you're doing this year for Onam.
This year, Onam, something very unique and something surprising came about in front of me through a friend, a colleague, Mr. Rakesh Brahmanandan, who's a singer. His father is a legendary singer just like mine, and he came up with a song that he composed, and he suggested that he brought it to me saying, he wanted me and, we have a good trio of a friendship with him, me and Ranjini Jose. So all three of us, we have this WhatsApp group, and he sent the song to me saying, have a listen. If you like it, if you approve it. He's very formal like that, but for friends, but he's very formal like that. And so he sent it, and I said, hey, look, it sounds good. Let's try to work on it. And then a day goes by. She says, it's good. Let's think about it. And then suddenly I think this is 12th of August, and if she was here for the interview, she would be, because we did a few interviews for Onam and to promote the song, and we would have been laughing about it. We would have been talking about it. We were like, we keep taking his case because he's so formal about it. So suddenly on the WhatsApp group, he sends a message on 12th morning saying, and there's just three of us in the group, yeah. So he's like, hi guys, I think Ranjini and Vijay are free tomorrow for a recording. And I'm starting by train today to Cochin. So let's record at Charles' studio. So Charles is a music producer in Cochin, Charles Nazareth, and he's the one who regularly produces for Ranjini and whatnot. So we worked and jammed on some stuff there. So we were going to record. But then this message confused me a little bit. I'm like, why is he talking in like addressing us in the third person? Like, I think Ranjini and Vijay are free tomorrow for recording. It's like only three of us are there in the group. So that's how this thing started. And then he was all on his way to Cochin already by like 4 p.m. train or something. And I was still in Chennai though. And I've yet to book my ticket, which is anyway the case in how I usually do my stuff. So I was like, okay, next morning I booked my ticket. I landed at 8 o'clock, went to my place and left my stuff, and then went to the studio by 11, and we started jamming on the song. And by like night 12, 1 o'clock, we had finished recording all our voices and literally sent it back to the programmer, Sharan. His what do you call, stage name is Sofire. So he was a music producer as well. And so he was making the corrections that we asked for, and he was doing all that. In the meantime, I had decided that my company will, kind of quickly put this together to produce a music video, because the way we finished recording that evening, I felt like it can't just be like a recording video, it has to be like a celebration video. The song has ended up becoming that kind of a celebration type of song. So we surely cannot shoot it like that. So I started calling in like choreographer I knew, and Kuku, who's a very popular choreographer in Kerala, and then another choreographer, and to like get extra, maybe like very good looking, pretty extras, and people to surround us with. So I had decided then that all three of us are going to feature the video though. me, Ranjini, and Rakesh. But he was like skeptical. He was like, "Do I need to be in the video? Do I need to sing this? Do I need to?" I was like, "If we're doing it, we're doing it as a proper trio." So this Onam, we ended up releasing it, and it's doing pretty good. You know, it's like I'm just letting it, you know, just simmer in itself. So
Lovely.
yeah.
So, what does Onam mean to you personally?
Well, Onam is a wonderful thing with all our celebrations nowadays in India. I think in the last decade or two, whether you take Deepavali, whether you take Christmas, whether you take Onam even, maybe about 20 years ago it wasn't like that in a way. But now with social media and all these, I think it just has mingled so well. Everybody likes to celebrate
Definitely.
everything. So, like you're wearing a nice,
Thank you.
pattu pavada and all this stuff, and everybody does that. And so, like now, it's become a cultural thing for the whole country, and even abroad when they celebrate Onam, it goes almost till November, in Dubai and US and all that. So, I just look at it as a wonderful bringing together of all of us, and for some yummy food. Ona Sadhya is the peak of, I think it's the highlight of the Onam celebrations, and of course then decorations and Pookalam and all that. That happens much more and more beautifully and more naturally in Kerala. And I see that on and off only. But most of my life I've been in Chennai and then US, so I very rarely go to see that. But now back here, I get to see that a lot more. So it's just beautiful for me. It's just for people to come together, to be with family, friends, and bring all kinds of friends and give them a taste of your food. So,
are there any cherished Onam memories that you hold very dear to your heart?
Cherished. I don't know. I think every Onam has its own special. Like I said, this one is special for this. The amount of time, in a matter of 10 days, we produced a song, recorded it, mixed it, shot it, brought it out. So this one was special like that. And the last 10 to 15 Onams with my kids, 10 to 15 I say why, because my daughter's 16 and my son's 10. So that's been, special in itself. And memory, I think mainly my career started with Onam in a way.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so in 1998, Tarangani, my dad's company, brought out an album called Thiruvona Kainitam. And if you look at Instagram, even the promo poster that we used for this Onam, I used the same song that everybody uses for when it comes to Onam time. And that's one of the veena and flute bits in one of those songs from the album. So that's my debut before I became a proper singer in the industry, like as a male singer, like an adult profession, getting into it, which was in 2000. But this was in 98, and I was in the US and in a friend's house, in a family friend's house, in a bedroom. That's where we recorded that song, and it was the song is Chandana Valayitta Kai Kondu Ni Manichembaga Pookalam Ezhudum Bol. This is a song. So I had a very, very childish, I think I sang when I was 18. So I was very raw, very not so polished voice. So, and then 2 years later, 2000, I had my debut in Malayalam. So that's how my career started.
Speaking of Onam songs, what are your personal favorites besides the one you just beautifully sang?
This is not one of my favorites, even though it's mine, but it's not my favorite. The same album, my dad's song. ആരോ കമിഴ്ത്തി വച്ചൊരോട്ടൊരുളി പോലെ ആകാശത്താമര തുങ്കൾ. This is composed by none other than Vidyasagar ji, and he's a composer for my debut as well. So there's always a connection with him, and this is one of my favorite songs from that album.
Okay. Now, since we're already speaking of music, we also wanted to know, you've come from such a great family of musicians. So did music come to you naturally? Did you pursue it naturally, or because your father became a musician?
I think it's an understatement saying my father became a musician. I think he was the one who was kind of born into this, and he started training Carnatic music at the age of 5. He started doing Carnatic, like small kacheris in his hometown in Fort Cochin by the time he was 12. So he's a pure, what we call a prodigy. Me, yeah, I think I came in more naturally into it, and in a very slow and steady, like a, what do you call, chipping off a diamond, like, into its shape in its own time, no hurry and no like thing. I took my own time kind of climbing the ladder, and I did not come the way he did, obviously with the struggles that he had, but I had my own type of way of struggling in a way and growing into it. So I think naturally, yeah, because I have not trained as rigorously as he has, or even many other singers, my counterparts, my colleagues, even like like the likes of Karthik, Shweta, Haricharan and all that. I think kind of like how SPB sir to my dad, in a way, as he always says, SPB sir always says, Balu uncle always says that I've not properly taken training, but yet he's able to sing a lot of type of songs. So I'll just take that route in a way. So, but I mean, I've trained, of course, after that. Once I started, I trained with my dad's classmate, Govinda Gutti sir. He came to Chennai, he stayed with us, and we used to, for almost a year, I used to train with him. Then I skipped to somebody in Chennai, Ramamurthy Rao sir. He's a disciple of Bhimshan Joshi sir. And for about 4-5 years, and with him is where my voice really expanded. And then after that, Shweta, Karthik put me on to a Gharana Guruji called Ghulam Niyaz Khan Sahab, who's from Bombay. So we used to bring him down for classes, joint classes and individual classes as well. And that went for about 2-3 years. So then all that training had happened within those first 15 years in a way. And then you get into this rat race and you don't have time for such things. But yeah, it happens on and off.
You've completed almost 25 years as a professional musician.
Yep, 25 years this year actually. So I started in 2000 and now we're in 2025. So yeah, 25 years.
And you just gave
I don't know. I honestly don't know how I got here, but somehow I got here. So
you just gave us a glimpse of technically of your training and your gurujis and stuff. But I also want to know personally as a musician, how you grew as a person and how you see yourself as the musician from outside, like not how people view you.
I mean, initially I was just trying to find my place. I was trying to find my voice. I was trying to get my own, footing in a way. I think then I started getting my breaks in Malayalam and Tamil. Tamil happened much earlier. Like in 2003, I had the initial, breakthrough songs and stuff. And we were also dependent on film music and music directors to give us work and all that. And then that has now, after 15 years, it kind of slowly started changing. And a lot more independent bands have come, musicians working on their own, and not everybody depending on film music, and films are not depending so much so on individual singers as such, or playback singers. Now music directors are singing, they're doing their own thing. So now it's like come to a stage where you kind of start to figure out what can you do on your own, what can you make which kind of identifies with yourself, like your own character, your own personality and stuff like that. So that's what I'm kind of getting into now, and it took me 25 years to kind of get there and get out of that shell of being a playback singer and all that stuff, and I still haven't gotten out of it. I still have that, obviously, the last 25 years still kind of lifting me up there, but I think from here on, I think it'll be a different kind of a journey hopefully, and I'm still finding myself as far as who I am as an artist and all that. But as a performer, like, I think I'll be the same. I think I've always been the same, and I think I'm more lively and more vibrant. Like, as I just like to really get out and jump into the crowd. So that's how I am, and that's the kind of person I am. So that will always remain the same.
Lovely.
As long as these knees allow.
So now, we also know that you are here performing for the Bengaluru Ganesha Utsava.
Yeah,
So tell
yeah.
us a little bit about that and how you came to, be associated with the Utsava itself.
So now I've spoken to Nandish ji before, but then this time, I think it was a few months ago, and a friend of mine, Suneet, he had kind of said that I think they're still sorting out dates and stuff like that. Do you want me to get in touch with him and all that? And so he gave me his number, and I just reached out. I think Nandish ji is, kind of mutually also wanted it. Then it took a turn where it wasn't going to happen. Then again, after that, I kind of reached back to him and said, you know what, let's try to make it happen somehow. And finally, we're here, and I'm performing after a long time in Bengaluru. And it's nerve-wracking for me because I haven't done a show in Bangalore for a long time. So it's going to be different. The last time I did it with Ganesh Utsav, it was with, I think, some other artists as well, especially one show with Ilayaraja sir. So this is going to be different. So I'm excited.
Okay. We also know, you're acting in films now. So that is something
that's something that started in 2015 as well with Mari, and then I've done a few, but I think I'm taking that slow as well, and as it comes. I have a lot of nice new directors who've come with some nice subjects, so I'm hoping to get that on pretty soon, and we'll see how it all works out.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure, and happy Onam to all of you. Happy Onam to you.
Happy
and
Onam
thank
to
you for
too.
having me.
Thank you for tuning into Indulge Podcast.